Hey there, welcome to day 272 of our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we're going to talk about self-talk, which I contend is the absolute most important form of communication. How we speak to ourselves, what we say to ourselves is more important than anything else we say or do or communicate in any way, shape, or form, any other topic on communication. Nothing is more important than self-talk. So today I want to cover a couple of things. Number one, what is self-talk? Number two, what are some ways and some examples of self-talk? And then finally, 5 tips to improve your self-talk, because we always want to be improving the most important area of communication, and that is self-talk. We always want to be talking to ourselves in a way that serves us and moves us toward the goals and objectives that we want. So what is self-talk? It's that inner voice that combines our thoughts with our inbuilt beliefs and biases to create an internal monologue throughout the day. So guess what? The reason self-talk is so important is it's always happening. No matter what, it's impossible. Even when we're sleeping, I think that we have our imagination and our brain talking to us and our subconscious talking to us. But when we're awake, it's almost impossible to turn off that little voice in our head that's always narrating, asking questions, judging, asking our, comparing it to our past experiences and what we expect for our future experiences, etc. Our self-talk has a big impact on how you feel and what you do. It can be positive, where it is supportive and beneficial to us, motivating us to do or believe that we can create whatever we want in our lives, or it can be negative, which is often undermining our confidence. So research shows that positive self-talk can help immensely with work performance, learning, self-awareness, memorizing, minimizing anxiety. Positive self-talk reframes, it reduces stress. It reduces the impact of stress on us because we can reframe experiences and situations and things people say and do, etc., and look at them from a positive view instead of a negative view. So what are some examples of positive self-talk? And I just found a list online, and I'm going to share some of these. I don't think I'll share all of them because there were a lot. I've got a page and a half of them written down, and that's probably too many. And I could think of my own, because I use affirmations are a form of self-talk, and I do them often. During the day, I do different affirmations. But I'm just using a list that I found online. Number one, I have the power to change my mind. Number two, I have permission to change my mind, meaning I give myself permission to change my mind. Attempting to do this takes courage, and I'm something of myself for trying. Oh, and I'm proud of myself for trying. I love when I can't read my own writing, even with the magnifying glass. I love myself for who I am. Fear is only a feeling. It can't hold me back. I forgive myself for any past mistakes. That's a big one that a lot of us need to do. Even though it wasn't the outcome I hoped for, I learned a lot about myself. I'm a deserving human being. I have many qualities, traits, and talents that make me special. I may still have a way to go, but I'm proud of myself for what I've already accomplished and how far I've already come. I trust myself. Tomorrow's a chance to try again with the lessons learned from today. I will give it my all to make this work. I always say I'm all in. I'm all in. There is no try. I'm either going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And once I decide I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. That's an example of self-talk. I can't control what other people say or do. I can only control myself. Excellent one. This is an opportunity for me to try something new. I can learn from the situation and grow as a person. I have the strength to make my dreams come true. I'm allowed to be a different and better version of who I was yesterday. When I get through this, I will be able to empower, help, and inspire others. I can use my strengths, list a few of your strengths, to work through this. I don't have to be good at everything, and I can use these strengths to achieve my goals. I will be better on the other side of this experience. I can do this. I can do this is probably one of the quickest and easiest ones. Or one of my favorites, I unconditionally love myself right now. I think I got that from Louise Hay. Anyway, 5 tips to increase and improve our self-talk, because we want the voice in our head, number 1, to be our voice. I'll never forget when I had the realization that the voice in my head, as soon as I woke up in the morning, it wasn't my voice anymore. It was my ex-husband's voice. And I was horrified at that realization. And I realized, no, I need to take back my personal power and control and make sure it's my voice in my head that I'm hearing every single morning when I first wake up. So what are 5 tips to improve our self-talk? Number 1, listen carefully to your inner critic. We all have an inner critic. We all have an inner voice that's criticizing us all the time. And we want to change and take that inner critic and turn it into our inner cheerleader. You know, our inner voice can either be positive or negative, but we get to choose and decide what and how that voice is going to appear in our head. Number 2, create psychological distance from yourself. I'm not sure how we go about doing that one. I think that actually just observing and consciously listening to our self-talk and that voice will help us to distance ourselves from our inner critic. Number 3, fit your conversations to your goals, meaning make sure that your self-talk is moving you toward your goals, not away from them. Treat yourself as a friend. Be your best friend. I don't know about you, but sometimes the self-talk in my head, I would never, ever, ever say to another human being. So why would I think that it's okay to say that to myself? And then number 5, say I don't instead of I can't. I don't believe in the word can't. I try to use the word can't as little and as infrequently as humanly possible. Don't fall into negative self-talk. What are some other traps, such as personalization, making everything about you when it isn't even about you, or taking things personally when they're not about you, magnifying things, making things bigger. I magnify everything, right? But making things bigger and worse usually than they actually are. Catastrophizing. Well, there's catastrophe going on in the world, but it's taking something and making it like it's the end of the world. We all know people that do that. Polarizing, and then make self-care a priority. That's always, when we get that advice, I don't remember, every month I think we've talked about the importance of self-care. And there's a few more. Practice gratitude, change your vocabulary, take time out, post positive affirmations, read positive affirmations, read things and allow yourself to experience things that increase your positive attitude and make you feel good. Add humor, work with a professional if needed to make sure that your self-talk is moving in the direction you want to go. So our action item today is just to share something that you've realized about your self-talk. You know, maybe it's more negative than you ever realized, but just pay attention to your self-talk as you go about your day-to-day and observe it as an outsider and say, ask yourself questions about it. Would I talk to anybody else on the planet that way? Is my self-talk positive or negative? Is it encouraging or discouraging me? Is it moving me toward my goals and dreams and objectives and helping me achieve what I want in my life, or away from? That is our action item today. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Talk to yourself in a wonderful, positive, loving, kind way. I will practice doing the same today, although I know that I am guilty of not doing it as often as I should. I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.